Alrighty, what's up, nerds? We are back to West of Loathing. I'm so excited. Hopefully this recording turns out alright. I got a new microphone, and it, like, screwed up everything about OBS. So, I think I've got it working. I've been here for, like, the last half an hour just trying to figure out what's going on. But I think we've got it working. So yeah, today is not a chained together day, today is West of Loathing. I'm so excited. Why am I in Gun Manor? What am I doing here? I have no reason to be here. Holy crap, hold on. It's really loud to me. Like 50. Yeah, that's better. I'm gonna double check really fast. We did finish this, right? Oh, this is good. So now we have to play like the actual game. I'm not sure what to do. Can't wait get to I can't. Okay, we don't want to go to Gun Manor anymore. There's so much happening. Okay. There's no, like, quest tracker, is there? Okay. Let's maybe, like, walk into the saloon first and learn what we can. They're engrossed in conversation. Leave them be. I don't wanna. Hi, Alice. Fell asleep during a brawl. She doesn't look like she's in the mood to talk. I guess I must have already interacted with this spittoon. Hello, who are you? He's still staring blankly off into space, listening to the piano. This piano player is not very good at his job. Try to fix him? You lift up the piano player's coat to reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not a very good lock. No, I need a needle. I don't know what is happening. Hey, how come they're allowed to drink without hats on? Screw you, I got a bush on my head. Okay. There's a kitchen. Lady's too busy washing dishes to pay attention to you. Saltpeter? Okay, so I've been here before. This is, like, weirdly surreal, not knowing where I'm going now. There's a cowbell. If I ding it enough times, it'll eventually work. That really hurts my ears. This chair fell over. Oh yeah. Oh, I got XP. That's cute. Whee. Whee. The poker room? Oh, frick. This room. Table is full. Okay, ante up. Check. Call. I don't know what I'm doing. I lost. I think I lost a bunch of money, but, like, honestly, I've been so... What just happened? They all just, like, pulled out their guns. Okay, we're not doing that again. I don't know how to do that. Okay, and this is my room. I know this one. Okay. Yeah, what should we do next, Alex? Well, if you're looking to find the lay of the land, I guess a railroad crew would be able to give you a fairly literal interpretation. Any other ideas, Alice? What should we do? I should get the saltpeter from Fort Cowardice. Thank you. Howdy, Bill. No, we haven't found your cactus lady. I do remember you. Dirtwater Mercantile. So this is just a shop. Miscellaneous provender. Various groceries. Assorted comestibles. Whoa, what did I do? Okay. Advanced bean craft. A can of oil. Do you have any, like... Vienna blood sausages? Tooth powder? Soda crackers, another shovel, Plum pudding. That sounds so gross. Time was, these would have been Brad's, but nowadays man does not live by Brad alone. Disposable binoculars. Used to discover a new map location if you can find a vantage point. We'll buy those just to see. I'm like obscenely, actually I'm not that obscenely rich. I feel like a can of oil could be useful. I want to see what this is. Is that he has 7 dynamite in there? I don't know what I'm gonna need yet, so we're just gonna leave me alone. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Hey, you, I have like a bag of ears I think I'm supposed to give you. Oh no, you're the mailman, not the police. Oh, we read a quick note to Rufus, my brother. Alright. That'll be... Oh, it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat. Ah, yeah. I like it when things are free. It's one of those newfangled telegraph machines. Okay. There we are. Okay, and that's the little girl we talked to. You are who I wanted to talk to. The clerk clears your throat. Howdy. Are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. I can be the sheriff? Do you have it? I have lawyering experience? Not really. Have you been to sheriff's school? No. Do you have an existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? Are you familiar with all the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, I may ask, in tarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be the sheriff? Well, I just assumed. You just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day. Well, when you put it that way, she snorts. If I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot ever to strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. Geez, sorry. It's okay. Like I said, happens all the time. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure. If you're good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of justice. Wanted posters are back there, cells are over yonder. She points behind her and off to the right, respectively. Alrighty. It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster. Close enough. Poster read is wasted. The Stripey Hat Gang for grand theft, paint, and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000 meat reward. Ooh. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and a low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Yes, I would like to go after them. Cool. It's a wanted poster, or a wanted poster. If accuracy is important. It says wanted. The House in the Desert Gang. Didn't I already steal their ears? For mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at a house in the desert. Yeah, we already... I can give her what's left to the gang. Well, this is certainly a bag of severed ears and teeth and such. Which gang was this? The House in the Desert Gang. I'll take your word for it. Good job. Thanks a bundle. I just wanted to say hi. Okay. Break! Leave me alone! An empty cell, an empty cell. One of these is gonna have something in it. Whoa. Why is it all spooky looking? So. Oh yeah, I forgot to read my book. There's a list of meditation techniques to help you concentrate while cooking and or fighting. Use the old bean, a skill that temporarily increases your mysticality during a fight. That's not bad. There's a chapter about cooking bean dishes so small they have to be served... I don't know what that word means. Gives blood beans, a skill that lets you regenerate health during combat. Ooh. And then bean wall. We've seen bean wall before. I like blood beans. You master the art of microscopic bean conjuration and fill your bloodstream with restorative proteins. Unfortunately, you get so distracted by your newfound vigor that you misplace the book. Aww. Oh wow, there's like a lot of places I could go. Okay, let's just chill and explore Dirtwater first, I think. The hat gives her something. A vacant lot. Can I, like, buy property? Is that a thing I can do later? Because that's a lot of vacant lots. Not a lot available past this point. Who made regrettable life choices? Okay, well, we explored Dirtwater. Let's see what we're doing now. We already been to the desert house. Cavern Canyon, just because I know what's going on. Your booze sense alerts you to the presence of a rock. Confused, you move the rock, and sure enough, there's a bottle of booze behind it. We got cheap tequila. Phew. You were afraid for a second that your booze sense had been replaced with some kind of rock sense. I love this random encounters thing. Danger! Spider! You know what? I think I'll stay out of here with the horses. You go have fun. Hey, you weren't that scared of the spiders in the Gun Manor. Okay. This cave door has been boarded up. Pry off the bars. Those bars... Fudge! Those boards can't hide your prying eyes or your prying hammer. It's a coffee cactus. Ah, I can't take any of it. There's a lot going on here. Let's see what's in this one. Danger spider. Whee! I don't want to go in the danger spider room just yet. What's in here? Cavern Canyon hideout cave. Oh, I'm sneaking. It's sneaky time now. Actually, what new item do I have? I don't know. Why are we sneaking? I'm probably gonna demolish whatever's in here. Like, without issue. You can see the gang on the other side of this big pile of junk, but you're not going to be able to get to them from this end. Maybe if you had more legs, you'd be able to pick your way through it. I mean, I have, like, 8 legs on my pants. Does that count? Oh, I like speed. Let's see what this side has to offer. Oh! Hi, guys! Actually, I want to go see the spider first. What's the deal with the spider? Ow. Medicine. This crate has weapons scrawled on it in black paint. Open it up. You dig... there's like creepy eyes in the cave now. You dig through the crate. It's mostly full of packing straw, but you find a pretty fancy knife at the bottom. You hear a sudden chittering from that big hole behind you. Okay, what are we looking at for this knife? That's not bad. It is technically more damage, but mine does poison. No, I could take the spider. Am I not allowed to go fight the spider? Hold on. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked to it says, "Please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a giant spider." It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. The tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. Frick! Otis. That's a cactus. Is the spider gone? Nowhere. It won't let me back in. You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence. Go inside. Don't worry, I'll rescue you. The gang has been prepped for spider consumption. I'm not gonna do anything just yet. Frick. Danger kitchen. Danger bar. Kitchen sounds like what spider might be. Oh, hi, you're still alive. This poor chef is chained to the wall. His eyes widen as you approach. Hey! You're not one of them. Are you here to rescue me? Yeah, sure. Eh? Oh, thank goodness. He thrusts his hand into yours and shakes vigorously. I'm Doug. Otis. How do you do, Doug? Well, I've been chained up in this dang cave for weeks, cooking for those stripy-hat idiots. That sounds awful. You want to know the worst part? There's a perfectly good oven 8 feet to my right, and a shelf with perfectly good ingredients 8 feet to my left. How's that the worst part? This chain is only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. I know, right? There I was, fresh out of culinary school with a million-meat idea in my head, and now here I am, 4 feet shy of my dreams, cooking the same pot of soup over and over again. What million-meat idea? You, promise not to steal my idea, right? Yeah, I promise. Okay then, it's a new kind of sandwich, or maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary that I'm not even quite sure where it fits in the whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyway, in the middle of it, there's a sausage, but it's sausage made from the cheapest possible parts of a pig, ground up so finely that you can't identify them anymore. I am not having this argument again. I have already argued about the frickin' hot dog thing so many times this week. We aren't doing this again. Okay. And it's served in a long split roll, which soaks up the grease so you can't tell how fatty the sausage is. And the best part? The name. You ready to hear the name? Sure. I call it the hot dog. I love it. What do you think? Sounds great. He beams. Thanks. Then he sighs. Not that it even matters. Even if I did get off this chain, there's no point in hanging around this empty cave, making hot dogs for just for myself. I don't even like the taste of them. You should set up a shop in Dirtwater. Brilliant. You're a genius, Otis. Hot dogs for sale, all day, every day. I'll make a mint. Say, there's an idea. What if I added mint to the sausage mixture? You help him break his chains, and he leaves the caves, hauling the oven and the shelf full of ingredients, muttering to himself about new sausage recipes. That's that, then. Dang it, should I have checked the shelves before he took anything? What's in here? Looks like this place needs a new bartender. He had a jaw harp in his pocket. Maybe they killed him for playing the jaw harp too much. Jaw harp. I haven't, heard of those in a very long time. All these bottles are empty. There's a few full bottles left on this shelf. Ooh, take them. Cheap whiskey, cheap tequila, and cheap wine. Okay, we are gonna arrest these guys. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except for one, which Alice carries in her medical bag. He was smaller than he looked, and they head back to Dirtwater Jail. Is that the Stripy Hat Gang? What happened to him? They had a run-in with a giant spider. A giant spider of justice. Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. Groovy. Nice. Hello again. Okay. You left your desk. Can I steal from your desk now? Oh hey, there's more wanted posters. Another wanted poster. The Potemkin for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. The poster shows the location of the suspicious city the gang is hiding out in. You wanna go check it out? Yeah. You note the location and resolve to bring these unlicensed builders to justice. Beautiful. Another one. Lots of criminals around these parts. The Black Hat Bandits for horse theft and selling of counterfeit glue. Last seen headed north towards the old millinery. No good can come of criminals with access to hat-making machinery. I would like to go investigate. You mark the location of the millinery on your map and spend some time saying millinery over and over and over. Shut up. It's a good word. It's hard. So now we've got some more places. Oh, good gosh. Oh my gosh, I forgot how big this map is. Frick. Okay. New items. Jaw harp. I can plunk it if I like. You plunk your twang and then you plunk it some more. If I click this enough times, will something happen? It's still catching up. The hot dog! Hey, hot dog! Howdy, Doug! Well, if it isn't my savior, good ol' Otis. Howdy yourself. The sign outside? Yeah, I had to change the name. I tried to file a trademark, but it turns out there's already something called a hot dog. What is it? Trust me, you don't want to know. I wish I didn't know. Anyway, single letter remove, and I'm in business. He gestures at the menu on the wall behind him. Let's see what you got. Elegant hot dog increases your mysticality by 6 for the rest of the day. This is exactly enough sausage and exactly enough bun to qualify as a hot dog. It is perfectly efficient. Jumbo dog. A thick, sturdy hot dog for a thick, sturdy cowboy. And then the saucy dog. This dog has been embellished with a zesty sauce. Don't get too excited though, this zesty sauce is just regular old mustard. Okay, we're not too interested in that right now. Is there a reason we have the Dave yard unlocked? You find a crate of supplies bound for a nearby army fort. Looks like it fell off the wagon, or the driver fell off the wagon and was too drunk to strap it down. In any case, it looks like it got knocked open by the fall. What's inside? You fish through the crate and help yourself to its military contents. It's not like those army cowards were gonna have any use for it. Back east in their coward hidey holes. We got a full canteen. This is some very old water in a very old canteen. Drinking it would probably give you tetanus. That's not tinnitus. Which was discovered very recently. Oh, this puts out fire. And then hardtack. This cracker is definitely optimized for shelf life instead of taste. Increases armor by 5 for the rest of the day. Not bad. Oh. Here lies Dave B. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. Dig up the grave. Ooh, we got brown boots. Are they better than my black boots, though? 1 maximum AP. Nope, they're not better. What do the brown boots say? Aside from a light dusting of what looks like blue chalk, these boots are remarkably well preserved for having spent so much time in a grave. This tree has dozens of messages carved into the bark, each reading, "Dave was here." These remains look pretty restless. Let's put them down for good. Alrighty. How sad is this gonna be? Any single attack for me kills this thing. Burn him. Good fudge. Cast spell. I have 5 action points. Bam! You made the restless remains more restful. We got a handful of loose teeth. Alice surveys the scene and jots some notes down in her little notebook. Hooray! Here lies Dave. Went down in a theater. Here lies Dave. Rap-a-pa-pow! Alright, let's fight these ones. Oh, this has... Oh, it's a skeleton of a Dave. But this one's even less healthy than the last one. I'm just gonna shoot you. Pew! Hey, we leveled up our skill grit. We got 60 maximum HP, 2 stomach capacity, and more pain tolerance. We also got a skeleton bone. You don't have a bone to pick, but you do have a bone. Alice studies the remains of your undead foes. Why are we here? Here lies Dave. Died of a heart attack. See you in negative 36 years? Here lies Dave. He was looking up to the sky to save him, but even the sky can't save a feller from, like, 40 angry bears. Looks like looks like the gravedigger left his lunchbox here. Oh boy, free lunch! We got a Vienna blood sausages and a thermos of spiked coffee? When you work deep underground, it's hard to keep track of whether it's the appropriate time to drink whiskey or the appropriate time to drink coffee. Eventually you just stop trying. And they said there was no such thing. These bones are jumping around to beat the dickens. Beat the dickens out of them. A smart-looking skeleton. That's not gonna matter, buddy. I'm gonna smack you with the axe this time. Bonk! Oh my gosh. You check the bones for dickens. Nope. You beat them all out. Okay. We got more loose teeth. Alice is writing down more notes. Oh, these ones aren't moving. Here lies Dave. The truth was out there. It killed him. Here lies Dave. Murdered by a different feller named Dave G. Wait. It's a pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. Let's dig through it. It's mostly just boring, broken bones, but you do find a skull with a weird tag on it. Ooh. The skull has a little paper tag tied to it, which has intercemetery loan on one side, but in some notes on the other. Ooh, examine. The tag on the skull has a serial number, and says it was borrowed from the submission catacombs on February 19th, 1886. Geez, this thing is really late. The back of the tag has the catacombs address on it. Okay. So we gotta return the skull to where it belongs. Okay, now we're in a mausoleum. Can I not? Aw. This is one of those things they have in mausoleums. You know, one of the big marble things with drawers full of skeletons. Ooh. Ooh. Let's be honest, we've been handling these fights a little too well. Open a whole bunch. Ah, yeah. We can take it. I have 5 action points, so just in case they do get a turn... This one will not end my turn. So we want Muscle, Mysticality, and Moxie all to be the generally highest. So you seem like the biggest target here for this. Bonk. Oh, that one ends my turn. This is why we summon Bean Golem. Anyways. Bam! Oh, they have a little more than 6 health. The flip was this guy trying to do? Skeleton of the mysterious Dave Cartwright. Of tough Dave Canton and thievin' Dave Rogers. Anyways, I didn't like whatever that was. Die. And shoot everybody again, Alice. Bonk. Three up and 3 down is a thing they would say about this if baseball analogies were a thing now. I don't get it. I'm not a baseball person. Alice surveys the scene and jots some notes down in her little notebook. Her eyes light up. Evidently, she's had an epiphany of some sort. Alice has become stronger. Ooh, yippee! Good for Alice. Okay, this is probably just like an XP grind thing. What's in here? I have several questions. It's a big stone sarcophagus. Some kind of ritual circle drawn in the ground with red chalk. 2 of the candles aren't lit. We gotta light the candles. This is a pile of mostly burned rags that maybe used to be a person? You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. A gore-splattered scroll, human ashes, and a robe receipt. Okay. This is a receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. It's time you started gathering clues about the whole preambulating dead situation that's going on around these parts. He grabbed the notebook and paperclip and receipt to the first page. And paperclip the receipt to the first page. I got an item, the Necromancer's Journal. I should check that out. This is a collection of clues you've acquired in your search for the Necromancer's home base. You open your Necromancer's Journal and examine the information you've collected thus far. You found a receipt for a delivery of robes. Looking at it more closely, you see that there's a surcharge for delivery past Boulder Pass. That means the Necromancer's lair is definitely west of the mountains. Good to know. That looks like everything we've got so far. Okay. Human ashes. This is a human on the final stage of the whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when it's in powder form. Examine them. It's the cremated earthly remains of a person. Someday they'll refer to these as cremains, but you will not approve. I'm gonna leave them alone for now. This scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you, you've gotten all that practice reading inside a dog? What? You scrape the largest piece of giblets off the scroll and read it. It says to take a pile of human ashes, spread them out into the shape of a person inside a red chalk ritual circle, then sprinkle them with stardust and place a mostly perfect or better glass sphere on where the heart would be. Anyway, that's the gist of it. The actual text has a lot more these and thous, but that's and such as like that. Plus there's a bunch of weird gibberish you're supposed to say out loud while doing it. Okay. So we need human ashes, we've got. We've already got the ritual circle. We need stardust and a mostly perfect glass sphere? Frickin' human transmutation? I can just perform the ritual. Let's see. According to that gross scroll, you need human ashes, some stardust, and a glass sphere if you want to do this. You dig through all your stuff, but you don't find any glass spheres. Dang it. We need a glass sphere. I want to do necromancy. I think that's all we can really do here. Oh my gosh. There's so much. I'm not even looking. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. There's a lot going on. Let's go to Fort Cowardice and see what's there. Your keen eyes detect a secluded cave in the near distance. Exploring it would definitely be a good use of your time. Yeah, let's see what's there. That is not the right direction. Otis, what? I don't know how to get foraging. And it's literally just this random cave in the middle of nowhere. Cool. Whee! There's a plaque bolted to the cave wall here. Read it. A record of the events in the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887, as recorded by Jim Plackwright. There's gonna be a bunch of these plaques. Okay. There's a plaque bolted to the wall. Having acquired through various and sundry means, a story which is interesting in its own right, but better saved for another time. A map purporting to lead a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals, hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Cole Jr. in the days before the cows came home. I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Ooh. Treasure hunt? Our equipment and provisions consisted of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade. A spade's just a shovel. and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, and one large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trail provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques and engraving tools, one large shaggy dog, and a butt fur. Whatever the flip that means. After traveling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town named Dirtwater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave, leaving the dog to watch the horses. The four of us entered the local saloon and each ordered a beer, except Sai, who was satisfied with water. The barman provided our drinks as requested and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we'd care to witness something real interesting. Considering that we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions, which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. Dude, we're learning lore. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the butt fur and the entire basket of eggs, apart from one that Doug had concealed within a pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Sai, after a drawing of lots, to share. After acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as a replacement butt fur, we headed out into the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, though we took a small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable had we made this expedition during the summer months rather than November. In order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. However, I will relate to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek through the desert. The first was 2 or 3 hours out of Dirtwater when Nate noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object partly buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture. This fortunately still contained a quantity of oil. With deciding this might come in handy, we stashed it in the wagon with our other tools. Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman, who we discovered spoke excellent English. It inquired as to our destination, and when we replied that we were looking for the Shaggy Dog Cave, though we did not disclose the reason for our journey, the goblin confirmed that we were heading on the correct course, and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed, and continued on our way. Sometime later, we encountered a large adobe hut, occupied by 2 identical-seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar, given that there were 2 of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on that point. One of the hermits confirmed that we were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other hermit confirmed that what his brother said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermits refreshed our water supply in exchange for our butt fur, and we continued on our way, excited to finally be nearing our goal. So, their dog stole one of the horses? I'm confused. After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave, carefully keeping our excitement in check lest we become incautious. We unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg he had saved from our basket and that had been stolen in Dirtwater. Once we were rested, we decided the time had come to explore the cave. Discovering that we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light source with which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed fortuitous, that's how you say it, that Nate had discovered that antique oil lamp during our travels. We gave the brass a quick shine and then lit the wick. And when we were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light. As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse, and there were no side passages which might cause us to become lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress through the cave and engraved them with the tale of our journey, such that others who discovered the cave after us might be entertained and edified by our story. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel. While Nate, Sai, and Doug took turns with the excavation, I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Sai's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled a traditionally styled treasure chest out of the hole with great excitement. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting iron padlock, which broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metals. But as promised by the legends of Black Coal Jr. Joyous, at our triumph we loaded the chest. Oh, just as promised by the legends, okay. We unloaded the chest in our wagon and began the journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Aw. Really pointless, but that was like really a hole, a completely empty one. Oh, this is where they found the chest. That was like really wholesome. I don't know, that was cute. Although, dang, they're making me walk a long way back. This is a long cave. Hi, Alice. Hi, Sponge. Alright, I think on that note, I'm actually gonna leave this episode for today. This was more of a mic check than anything, and it might get combined with a later episode, we'll see. But this was fun! I'm very glad to be playing West of Loathing again. I missed this, it's been a little while. Anyways, I guess I will see you nerds later!